4956 Montana, Chicago interior video. We have, because that door is set too low, we have an elevation change between these two floors. That's why that's tile. If the door stays in that location, we're gonna need a transition here. This subfloor is very soft. So, I don't know if that was because of the water damage or whether this plywood is just super thin, but when we put the new wood floor over it, it'll stiffen, and that's what the investor's intentions are. This entire kitchen, which is approximately 520 square feet, along with this room, if memory serves, is going to get hardwood. This hallway is concrete. So I didn't notice this. We have wood here, but then we have this very old cast in place floor. The bedrooms are going to get carpeted, and this floor is a structural disaster. We have issues such as here where the top plate has been cut. We have a rafter system that is being supported or not supported. So these rafters here have a compressive force here, and then this is in the air, and that's not connected to anything, and then this has been cut. So we need to obviously reframe this section. So getting back to the kitchen, the granite stays, the plumbing fixtures stay. If we can get this appliance package to work, if it wasn't damaged, it will then go back into place. Everything except for this large commercial hood, which doesn't have a blower, doesn't lead to anything. So the intention would be to take this microwave and get this microwave installed here, move the range to that location. The refrigerator will go here, and it looks as though there was some type of peninsula or island, but I think that might have been the piece. We'll lay everything out. We'll put the kitchen back together based on the footprint of the granite. The second story has 2 bedrooms, and they share a bath, which has really no place in 2017. It's got a toilet next to this small little 24-inch vanity, and it's supposed to service the master bedroom along with this bedroom. We also have structural issues. Joists were severely cut. You can see how this is completely unsupported. The ceiling below us is already starting to bow, and we're going to have to resupport this. When this jacuzzi is filled with water and a large person gets in, we're going to have an issue. So this has to be addressed. Bedrooms get carpeting. If we have missing doors, we will replace those. Bifold here, swing door there. On any of the exterior walls that are open where we do not have insulation, we will insulate with the same. This is only an R11, and they also put R11 in the ceiling rafters, which is a no-no. But it is what it is. We will cut the tile because we have 2 broken tiles right there. And if we don't find the material in the garage, we're going to cut the tiles here. We'll get a new floor, a new jacuzzi skirt, and then a new wall tiles. We'll just run them all the way up to the ceiling so that looks as good as possible. This is also an exterior wall. This has to be insulated. We have a water line running in an exterior wall, and it's running up. So I wonder what that's for. We'll have to figure that out, and we'll actually have to insulate this very well in order to ensure that that doesn't bust in the future. This roof cavity will get insulated. We are just going to put insulation on top of the joists and not in the rafters. The master bedroom has a crown molding that went around the top in order to hide this wire. I think it's a satellite TV wire. We're just going to pull that. We don't know how these people are going to use their TV and whether that's necessary or not. So we'll just fix the drywall and paint, not spending the money in order to put a new So we will not be putting a crown molding in. And we need to figure out how to turn off the closet lights. This bedroom, which is on the first floor, will basically just get a 3/8 layer of drywall after we insulate the roof and baseboard and casing. There is a closet in the hall. It's got this MacGyvered solution. We're being told to leave that. We're going to check for any leaks in the ceiling and address those. Looks like we have a couple of doors. This landing is going to get cleaned up. We are not changing these tiles. Just going to clean it up. These are some of the parts to that commercial hood, but I can't find a blower. So got water coming here, and it's been capped. I don't know if we should just abandon it or take it back to its compliant points. Again, inside this space here, we'll have to figure out what's going on. It looks like we have another dryer vent there. This lower level space is an uninhabitable space by code, and as such, it'll be less expensive to demo this bathroom. The plumbing is wrong. It is offset PVC, which is not allowed. We have a condensation drain from the furnace, which is basically just dripping into the ground, rusting out the bathtub. And this clean out, somebody butchered into this stud in order to make that work. We'll probably end up spinning that around. You've got about 8 feet of cast iron here that, as part of the upgraded package, we were going to replace. I think we just do it anyway just to do it right. We've got this massively butchered joists right below the bathtub again. So when that thing fills up with water, these joists are going to fail. This plumbing is a complete mess. The gas meter is in this inside strange location. We will leave it. The furnace is working. We have these strange sort of homemade MacGyvered anomalies where we've got dryer vents hooking into a duct blowing into the space. I do smell gas. That's not good. There is a small gas odor in this lower level. These exterior walls will be insulated and drywalled, and we're going to do the most cost-effective solution for the ceiling, which I don't know what it is. I am concerned about this water service being in this wall cavity. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a little vent at the bottom and a little vent at the top, just so we have circulation of air. And this way it allows us to get to that shut-off. That shut-off projects past the wall anyway, so that sucks. Well, it's in the off position. So in the on position, that handle would be down. So maybe that's okay. So this becomes just extra storage, an extra storage space. Not a habitable room. All of the BX in this house that is connecting these outlets and switches will get tested prior to drywall. We will make sure that all of this works before we cover the walls. But once we cover the walls, we're not going to be able to trace any problems, and the investor is aware of that. So everything will be working prior to drywall. We also photo document that because the spaghetti factory is just not something that we could warranty. Current duct locations, floor vent locations will remain. We will not change those. And this master closet with the window will remain. We're just going to put a bar, and I think somebody will just end up putting in a curtain there. But this is the closet for, maybe not the master, but this first floor master, I should say.